A1 is the beginner's level, okay? This is the level where you learn about the ABCD, the numbers, and forming simple tenses, simple sentences. Hola, yo soy Samihan, vuestro profesor de español en The Language Network. He sido enseñando español a los estudiantes por todo el mundo desde hace 2 años. De verdad, lo que me motivó a aprender esta lengua fue una película que se llama Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. Me encantó la cultura española después de verla. Y también esta película aumentó mi curiosidad para saber más de este país y la vida ahí. Now, let's talk about why should you learn Spanish specifically. Well, Spanish is the most spoken language in the world. Yes, you heard it right. It's very recently overtaken Mandarin as the first most spoken language in the world. And it's also spoken in 80 different countries. A good enough reason. It's also the official language of 20 different countries. So combining all of this together, we can see that Spanish is available in all different industries across the globe. You can get into aviation, you can get into hotel management, you can get into tourism. If you're someone who doesn't really like to interact with a lot of people, you can still do proofreading, you can do translation, because these jobs pay you very well too. For that matter, if you're someone who's very much into arts and music, there are so many Spanish songs which you groove to, right? You are going to need people to help you write the lyrics or do the translation for those songs. You will also need people to do voiceovers for different Spanish series or different Spanish ads. Okay, so now let's talk about the different job opportunities which you have after learning Spanish. Well, as we spoke, that it's the most widely spoken language in the world. Obviously, it comes with a whole world of avenues in all different sectors and industries. So let's say if you're a person who loves to travel, who loves to interact and socialize with a lot of new people, then this is perfect for you. Why? Because you have a lot of opportunities in the aviation industry. You also can go into the hotel management industry. You can get into tourism. And these are the industries where you can actually go out there and shine because you will have the advantage of knowing English, Spanish, as well as your Indian language. So you can go to different parts of the world and work from anywhere. Now talking about introverts. Introverts don't like to socialize, right? They hate people around them. They want to be, packed in a room with a lot of papers probably or a book. Don't worry. This language has something in it for you as well. Because there are a lot of opportunities in translations and proofreading. Companies need all these things for their documentations. Also, you must have seen that there are a lot of series being released in Spanish, right? And when they are dubbed, you would need people to translate those scripts into English or any other language into which they are getting dubbed. So who's going to do that? Of course, people who can translate, people who know both the languages, right? That is where you can put your skills to work. Also, the music industry is pretty booming. Also, there are so many different ads. And as we talked about series, well, there are so many series which are being dubbed in different languages. So if a Spanish series is being dubbed in your own language, then you would have to know how to speak Spanish, or rather at least understand Spanish. So just like any other European language, Spanish is divided into 6 different levels, namely A1, A2, B1, B2, C1 and C2. Sounds easy, right? Trust me, it's not. Well, the reason we have all these different 6 levels is because Spanish also follows the CERF standards, which is applicable for any other European language. And these levels are divided based on the different proficiency levels which a student has to go through while passing each level. So what is there in A1? What do we have? A1 is a beginner's level. So everything which a beginner would need, like alphabets, numbers, forming different basic sentences in the present tense, all that is covered in A1. So by the end of it, you'll be able to have day-to-day interactions. you'll be able to speak and form very simple sentences in basic Spanish. Now coming back to A2. Okay, now what do we have? In A2, you'll move on with the past tense, with the future tense, and a bit more complex sentences, as you'll be using the basic connectors, right? So in this way, you can talk about your past, if you want to tell a story, or you can also talk about your future plans. So let's talk about B1 and B2 now. B1 and B2 are the intermediate levels. So now, once you've completed your A2, you already are familiar with all the different tenses which you have, right? So B1 will now have all the different complex tenses, like conditional tense, like the subjunctive tense. So in this, you can form hypotheses, right? You can talk about things which don't really exist, but which maybe you wish existed. So all these hypothetical sentences are something which you'll be able to form once you're in B1. In B2, there's a bit more addition to all this hypothesis and all these complex structures, because there you'll be learning majorly the connectors, okay? So you have heard about no sooner than, you've heard about not only but also in English, right? So all these are connectors. So all these different complex connectors which will help you to form sentences with two different dimensions to them and put it together. Okay, and as complex as this explanation sounds, trust me, your language will be equally rich. Finally, you've arrived at C1 and C2. These are the advanced levels. Now you must be wondering, we have learned almost everything up till B2. What is there to learn in C2 even, or even C1 for that matter? Well, let me tell you that there's a lot of vocab which you can inculcate in your language to make it sound more rich. You can also make it more refined, right? You are catering to all different kind of audience. If you're comfortable, with a group where you are interacting with so many different people, and if that's your way of learning, well, we give you that. If you're someone who's, not very comfortable around so many people, maybe you are embarrassed or maybe you're just shy, So you have 1:2 sessions as well, where you can have one partner to practice with, and you can, learn with all the personalized attention. Or if you're someone who's very busy, or you are someone who can't adjust their timings according to so many different people, then we also have 1:1 lectures. So that makes us very flexible in all different terms, catering to all different students from all different strata. We give you a proper certificate after finishing your course. Now these certificates which we provide, these are all ISO certified. So don't worry, they're going to be accepted all over India. So anywhere you go, you'll have a proper certification as an evidence to show that you have learned this language and you know it properly. Also, all our courses are aligned with the CEFR, which is a standard of European teaching. So everything, all your syllabus is going to be pretty much aligned, and it's not going to be wayward. You're not going to be learning random things, right, which are not really useful. So it's a perfect amalgamation of theory and practical. Here at Language Network, we provide courses for many different languages. These are European languages as well as Asian. So European languages include Spanish, French, English, and German. And the Asian languages include Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. We also offer special 1:1 batches for kids. Okay, because teaching kids is a completely different ballgame, and we have to consider a lot of aspects of child psychology as well. So all these courses are designed not just with our language tutors, but also with child psychologists who take every aspect into consideration while designing these courses. And I'm so happy to tell you that now we are a family of more than 5,000 students and more than 200 language trainers. So what are you waiting for? Come sign up today and learn a new language. Aprende más de una lengua.